What's going on? Charles Botensten here. So today we are going to be talking about the surrender experiment. I already did a book review of The Untethered Soul, also by Michael A. Singer, and I have to tell you, this is his life that is unreal. Unreal. So essentially, I'll just go over it really quick, but the whole life lessons that I got out of it. So essentially, he was a hippie that was going to school, and he stumbled upon meditating, and then he said, whoa, I really like this. I like where it takes me. And then he started studying all the best spiritual teachers from Jesus all the way back, way before him. You literally have Buddhism, which he has and that's the thing, is that we put religions, I separate it. You have the religions and you have the spirituality. If you really truly, as Michael A. Singer says, if you read things like the Bible, not for the religious and the dogma and things like that, but if you actually read what they state in there, Jesus was a pretty enlightened guy. He was a pretty good guy. I'm not talking about the whole religion around him. I'm talking about the person itself. And this is not about Christianity or anything like that. But what he talks about in here is the complete acceptance, the complete surrender that he went through and the challenges. Like, he literally just, everything in his life, he just trusted that this was the path, that this was the area that he needed to go because this was the experience he needed. So let's just rewind for a second. Number one is he started first as meditating. Then he had this little log cabin and he kind of built this small little computer business around, meditating. And then it started building a little bit bigger. Then it got purchased. Then he started running part of the business. And really through the whole thing, I think he at one time was doing like $1 billion in sales and had like 700 employees. Then he got indicted by the U.S. federal or the FBI and was put on court. It was like a 5-year trial, completely just fabricated by someone that was stealing money, that was paying off people, and had this whole web of lies. And it ended up getting dropped because it just didn't make sense after a while. But he was just put on the pedestal to be taken down because at the time people were saying we don't like big companies, we don't like corporations and monopolies and things like that. And it was him and about 5 guys that were in federal court. And for 5 years, they were indicted, they had no money and everything like that. And literally through this whole process, all he was talking about were 2 things. Number one was just the complete acceptance of what was actually happening. Okay, what was actually happening in his life and the surrendering that he did to build his company. So something bad would happen. He was building up land around Florida, and something bad would happen, which is the land across from where he was bought, and they were going to level everything, kill all the trees. And he's just like, what? What's going on? So he called the state. He said, this isn't good. They were going to use it as a dump. So he said, there has to be a reason behind this. There has to be a reason why this is happening. So what did he do? Instead of just getting angry and trying to change the external world, he surrendered, accepted the situation. And he said, okay, and this is the thing, is it clears your mind. And when it clears your mind, you say, okay, what do I need to happen? So what did he do? He did this whole little campaign to get the town behind him. He got the town behind him and essentially stopped the dump. He ended up buying it, and now he has like whatever amount of acres in Florida, and he uses as a retreat center. But that's the thing, is that most people would be frustrated and pissed off and angry that they're going to level this beautiful, pristine area, and then they put a dump there, and they accept the dump. They accept everything that happens. What he said, okay, they're going to do it. What is the world? What is the universe? What is God? If you believe, or whatever you say, spirit, the divine, whatever words you want to use. Like, why is this happening in my life? And say he couldn't even get the town behind it. It's like, what are you going to do? You either complain and you feel pain and suffering, or you say, that's what happened. There's bad things that happen, in life. It's how you respond to that. It's not what happens. It's how you actually, and to take it even deeper is not only how you respond, but you are not your thoughts and your feelings. So when he's saying that and he's feeling all these thoughts and anger and everything boil up that they're gonna just level all these trees and put a dump there, he said, I'm not my thoughts and my feelings. And I know you're thinking, oh my God, he's going woo-woo and everything else. But the biggest thing is for him to build up the company and then he gets indicted. He has to step down. He has no money. And he goes through 5 years of federal court to just be let go. No charges to any of the people. And he just, through that, what are you going to do? Complete acceptance and surrender, and that's essentially what his life is about. And when you read through it, it's truly a story where you say, I thought I had tough things in my life. I thought I went through tough things. And it's really by example on how to accept, not judge, and just completely be open. Why is this happening? Like, what is the thing? Because what does that do? That clears your mind, that clears a path for your thinking to say, okay, how do we deal with that? How do we deal with the federal court case? We're expanding, we're growing, we have $1 billion in sales, we have shareholders, we have 700 employees, we're expanding, we're gonna be bought out, we're merging with other companies, it's going up and down. To go through that, you have to just literally sit there. And in my next video, because of this and the other untethered soul, which I did another video about, I started meditating. Literally, I've tried so many times before, dozens and dozens of times. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what I was doing. And I was fighting it. I should be doing it better. I'm a perfectionist and things like that. And what I noticed, I'm only 14 days in. But what I've noticed is a complete awareness on what's actually happening. What is actually happening? The unfiltered, unconditioned things that are happening. Not me putting thoughts and emotions behind what's happening. In other words, someone says no, and I say, you know what, screw them. I say, oh, okay. My actual presence is beyond surrendering now because of the book. So I highly recommend you pick it up. It is going to take you a little bit of while. It's 240 pages. It's slightly small. It goes fast though. So pick up the book. First read The Untethered Soul, because then you'll have an idea of where he's coming from, and then read The Surrender Experiment, both of them. And if you really want to start, I know I said in another video, but go see the interview he did with Oprah, which there's 4 clips on YouTube. 4 clips, they're only about 3 minutes long. Go check those out first if you don't want to pick up the book. The links are below. Have an awesome day. Subscribe to the video. Leave your comments below. Talk to you guys soon.